should be challenged to pick and choose their customers a little bit. When you first get started with your business and you want to say yes to everything and jump on every opportunity that comes your way, make every single customer happy, you're leading with this desire to get business and please and say yes, rather than with your values and with integrity and towards your vision. We found ourselves in positions where we're fighting with where customers are just not happy. They bought a product. They should never have bought the product in the first place. Really, they should have gone to Pottery Barn and bought something that was all, one color or whatever. It was just a bad product fit with that customer. Not every single person on this planet needs to like our pottery. Rather than engaging in a back and forth with them, especially if they start getting mean and violent and aggressive to my customer care team, I'm super happy being like, you know what, we don't actually need your business. We're going to return your money. You can do whatever you want with the pots. Don't even bother sending them back to us. We're done with this conversation. And so there's been a lot of cutting our losses. I think a lot of situations where maybe businesses would try to nickel and dime a customer because they feel like they're in the right. I'm often trying to encourage our customer care team to decide if this fight is worth the $40 we might get back if we have a product sent back to us, or if it's just something that we can just be like, my time's better spent elsewhere. So that's kind of a weird way to answer the how do you develop a fanatic customer base, but I think it's one that doesn't get talked about enough, that not everyone needs to be your customer. You don't need to make everyone happy, especially if making a customer happy comes at the expense of your own values and integrity. The second someone starts to get violent or aggressive with my customer care team, I say, we're done here. We never need your business again. That's not how you treat people. I love it. It's my favorite. Oh, customer loyalty it's so important. Earlier on in the business, when we were, again, comparing ourselves to a lot of other direct-to-consumer luxury brands, we were thinking about customer acquisition. We're like, get more customers, use ad spend to acquire more customers, bring more people into the fold. We wasted a lot of time and money doing that, where the time would have been way better spent nurturing customers that already existed. We find that that the cheapest, the easiest, and the most value aligned way to grow revenue is to nurture the customers that are already in our fold first, and then think about acquiring new customers second. So some of the people that have been shopping with us have been doing so for, since we were like a tiny little, podunk pottery company in Madison County, and they have, these massive collections that you don't think could get any bigger, but they do. And then they go and they tell all their friends, and everyone who comes over sees the pots and gets to feel them in person. And it sounds like kind of antithetical that you could really grow a big audience that way, but it's really worked for us. And a pretty small contingent of customers have been our most vocal, effective ambassadors for bringing in new customers. Our Lapis pre-order that just happened, we had about a 65% returning customer rate. It really depends on what the launch moment is. Small batch studio objects, for instance, these are like the one-off collectible items. We'll sometimes see a 75% returning customer rate on those. We see a lot of first-time customers coming and purchasing just one mug as like a trial run. So we might see like a 65% new customer rate just on the mug, but on the whole, it'll be more like a 65 returning customer rate. So a lot of people will buy one piece and then they'll come back and make several purchases after they, have their first love.